Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Talking Cardboard. As always, my name is Cory, and in today's episode, I am unboxing the brand new Power Rangers deck building game. Let's get started. Alright, and like I said, today's video I am unboxing the brand new Power Rangers deck building game. I'm not really too sure how popular this video is going to be. I'm just simply going to unbox it and kind of talk as I go through it. I bought it at one of my local game stores. It came with this fancy dancy bonus box #1 box taped to the front. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's like a Kickstarter exclusive type deal. I don't think this game was on Kickstarter. It was on another website or funding website that I haven't heard of before. I forget the name of it, but that doesn't really matter too much because I bought it, like I said, at one of my local game stores. So let's just go ahead and get to opening it up here and see what we've got going on. All right, and like I said, it came with this bonus box #1 on the front of the box. It is just a plain white box that I don't really know what is going to be inside, but actually I don't want to look at the back because it tells me what's going to be inside, so we'll save that for after unboxing the base game here. Let's just go ahead and crack this open and see what we've got going inside the base box. Okay, so right off the bat, I really like the artwork, the coloring, the design, the overall, how some of it is a matte finish, some of the artwork is a glossy finish. It's a very, very nice production. Let's see if we can get this kind of on screen here and let the lights do the work for us to provide some of the glare on the glossy parts of the box, but so far the box is looking really cool. Like most people my age, I grew up with Power Rangers. Really enjoyed it growing up, and a huge fan of Power Rangers still. It's just very nostalgic for me, like with probably most, like I said, with most other people around my age. So I'm really excited to dig into this and see what's going on here with the game. So first things first, we've got the rule book. Looks like a nice laid out rule book. Everything is broken down into different phases of the game, how to win, setup. It looks like a pretty straightforward deck building game. From the research I've done, it looks like it's got a couple of unique twists to the game as well, where some of the cards are for the Rangers themselves and some of the other cards pertain to the villains. For example, in the buy row of cards, depending on whether or not you're a hero or a villain, if you leave the opposing side's cards in the buy row too long, they actually start doing damage to you. And the whole point of the game is to get your opponent down to 0 health. I believe each side starts with 30 life points, and you try to get the other player down to 0 to win. They've got these really cool player boards where you can build out cards to eventually morph into your Megazord or your Dragonzord, the villain side has a board as well where it's kind of like the villain's lair, where you can summon these really big villain creatures to help you out on your side. But looks like a pretty straightforward, basic game for the most part. You've got shards that you're buying stuff with, and a couple different kinds of currencies that you buy cards with. Yeah, some special abilities on the cards as well. And in like normal deck building fashion, you are building out your deck as you go, buying cards to try to make your deck better and better to eventually hopefully be able to morph into your Megazord or your Dragonzord to take the final blow and win the game. It looks like it's got a lot of theme. Like I said, the artwork is really cool. The cards are laid out very nicely, and I'm just excited to try it just for the theme alone. Alright, so now breaking into the main part of the box here, like I said, we've got our Zord Bay here. That's you can punch out a cardboard, punches out nice and easily, and the Zord Bay, you are trying to build, I think, 6 different cards around it to eventually morph into your Megazord. So this is what the heroes or the Rangers side of the board has on their side, and then here is the lair, which the other side has if you are the villains player and you are trying to build out cards into your lair to get the big creatures or the big villains on your side to help defeat the Rangers. So this game can be played 1v1, 1v2, or 2v2, so it's a 2 to 4 player game, but no matter how many players you play with, you are trying to defeat the opposing side, either one player or a team. So Kind of neat as well, because if, let's say you're playing with 3 players, you can, take 2 of the Rangers and try to defeat one big bad. And that seems kind of cool and thematic as well. I'm actually looking forward most, I think playing it as 2 obviously will be a lot of fun, but I'm looking forward to a 3-player almost the most, just to see how that works. It would be fun to kind of pit 2 Rangers against 1 supervillain and see who wins. So I think theme-wise, that would be really cool and really fun to try. You've got the 2 different sides for dials here. It looks like to track your life points and your currency, your shards or your currency in the game, whatever that's going to be, to purchase more cards. You've got the Rangers dial and then the villains dial there. So those are nice and chunky, good quality. And breaking now into the crux of the game, you've got some oversized cards depending on if you're going to be a villain or a ranger. Let's break that open here and see what we've got going on inside. Yes, very good artwork, what you'd expect. Looks like straight out of some of the comic books actually, so it's got that comic book style art. And you've got some of the different rangers here. I don't know if you can see that very well. And some of the villains as well. Here's Lord Zed. And it looks like you get to choose which character you're going to play with for the entire game and try to defeat the other player with that character. And this is really cool too. You've got the normal human side to the card. So like Jason Lee Scott is obviously the Red Ranger, but you've got the Jason side. And then you've got the Mighty Morphin Red side when he morphs into his Ranger form. And you've got that for all the Rangers. Tommy, Green Ranger, Trini, Yellow Ranger, Zach Taylor, the Black Ranger, Kimberly Ann Hart, the Pink Ranger. And one of my favorites is Billy Cranston, the Blue Ranger. At least it was my favorite growing up. And then, yeah, all the villains too. So that's really cool. You get to choose a character to play with for each game. So that should add some variability. And then the normal cards here. So, yeah, it looks like you've got your starting cards. You start your deck with 10 cards. You draw 5 cards at the beginning of every one of your turns. And then you've got the other cards to build out your deck with as you play. So, some more cards here. So, nice good stack of cards. I know it's going to be a highly, highly expandable game as well. Obviously, it's a deck building game, and as we saw with Dominion and Clank and other deck building games, they're just highly, highly expandable. So I would expect a lot of different expansions for this game, which I'm excited about as well. It's really going to hurt my wallet a lot, but I'm like I said, the theme. I'm just really into the theme, and I'm really looking forward to what this game can bring. How to play the game. I haven't even looked up or read how to play it at all. I just bought it on a whim just for the theme itself, and I don't do that too often. And as you, if you've been watching the channel for a while too, as you probably already know, I don't do unboxings very often either, because they kind of just bore me, and people can kind of see what a game looks like by the pictures you throw up on the screen during a review anyway. So I don't really do unboxings. I don't really like watching unboxings myself. So like I said, this video might not get too many hits on it, but I was compelled to make the video just because of the Power Rangers theme and how excited I was just to kind of crack this box open and see what was inside. And I didn't want to do that off camera because I thought it'd be kind of cool to open the box, open all the content, and show off the content as I'm seeing it for the very first time for you all. So now the moment I've been waiting for. I couldn't read the back because it was stuck to the box with the front facing out, so I couldn't read what was inside it, and I'm still not going to read what's inside it. Like I said, I don't know if this comes with all the base games or if this is like a special type pre-order backer type deal that my local game store likes to do once in a while, so I don't know. We'll see here. We'll see what's inside. If I can get it open here. So like I said, this was stuck to the front of the box when I first got it. It is the Power Rangers deck building game bonus box number 1. And the box is definitely not as nice as the actual game box itself, but we'll see what kind of surprises this has in store here. Oh, nice. So this looks like, an alternate type of Zord bay. It's a double thickness. It's got an inlay board. It's got the two boards stacked on top of each other. So it's kind of got a recessed spot in the middle here. So maybe that's just an upgraded version of the base game one. I'm going to keep the base game stuff separate just in case. I don't really know what that's good for. And some alternate art dials for the different currency and life points in the game. So got some alternate art there for the villain. Some alternate art. Looks like the Green Ranger here for the Rangers side. And maybe it's just for, maybe it does come with every game. Maybe this is what makes it a 2v2 style game with more dials, or maybe in 2v2 you're supposed to use the same dial anyway. I don't know. I'm kind of sounding like an idiot right now because I don't really know much about the game. But let's crack open the cards here, and it looks like the Mighty Morphin White Ranger. So Tommy Oliver for the White Ranger. This looks like it's, here's Tommy Oliver again. And the Mighty Morphin White Ranger. So this looks like it might be a little nice expansion, or like it says, a little bonus pack for a Tiger Zord, Portal Bombs, the Flying Leap, and the Saber. The White Ranger's saber there. So a weapon. So yeah, it looks like it's a nice little bonus box for the White Ranger. So already getting some additional content with the base game here. So that's kind of nice. It's already expanding, and I haven't even bought an expansion for it yet. So anyway, that does it for today's video. Hopefully the game plays as good as it looks, because it definitely looks really cool. Renegade Game Studios, they put together a great game, so I'm very excited about it. And like I just said, fingers crossed that the game plays as well as it looks, because if it plays as well as it looks, I will definitely be opening up my wallet to purchase some additional content as it comes out. That does it for today's video. As always, if you like the content you see here on the channel, please consider subscribing. We really do appreciate it. It really helps us out a lot. Be on the lookout for the official review video for the Power Rangers deck building game as I get some plays of it in. I'm going to play it with the other members of the Talking Cardboard crew. I'm hopefully going to get a lot of plays of it with my wife and with my brothers and anybody else who is willing to play the game with me. Get a bunch of plays in it. And get back down here in front of the camera and do a review video here in the near future. And you know, if we like the game, as expansions come out, I will do some review videos for the expansions as well. So until next time, you all have a great day and have a great time gaming.